All right, everybody. Y'all ready to get into this Corey Holcomb shit? I am. Let's get to the business. All right, everyone. Welcome back to another live stream of the Working Man Podcast here, where reality checks are free, and this is the Working Man Podcast. That's right. We back. We back once again. All right, everybody. We got some topics we got to cover today, man. I think we're gonna make this into a maybe a 3, 4, 5-part series, right? Corey Holcomb, since the interview we had with Anton Daniels, he has faced media backlash like never before. Now, not to say he hasn't been in trouble before with the media or in the court of public opinion, but now it's on a whole nother level, man. I mean, he has called out people such as he's called out Corey Holcomb's called out the lead attorney. He's called out TMZ. He's called out Joe Budden, O'Shea Duke Jackson, and he had a little thing with Darlene, even though he addressed that today, but we're going to get into that in another video. But he's called out several people. And there's another guy that, whatchamacallit also did a video about him, Poetic Flacco did a video about him where there's some alleged how to put this, cupcake activity.
Enemy spotted.
By the way, shout out to Henry Resilient. If you're still here, man, I ain't seen you in a while, bro. Thank you for being here. And everybody else, Mike Ish, my moderator, everybody else, thank y'all for being here. I'm sure the room will fill up as we go along. But like I said before, Corey Holcomb is in a lot of trouble, man. I don't know if he's winning the war on public opinion, but he's going at it. I decided to cover the lead attorney first because that is the person that has most recently responded to Corey Holcomb, and he responded with a bunch of receipts too.
Yeah, bitch. Yeah, bitch.
So we're gonna get into that. But of course, before we get started, y'all know what to do. If you're in here, you haven't done so already, hit the like button, okay? If you're new to the channel, you're here, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. If you want to further contribute to the channel, hit the join button down below, okay, to become a part of the Working Man Union. That's what I call my group, the Union, all right? I got members-only videos, and I want to, of course, branch out and doing more members-only content and live streams and things of that nature. So hit the join button down below, become part of the Working Man Union. Also, you can hit the Cash app. It's pinned to the top of the live chat. You can send a super chat, of course. I also have a locals page. I also have a Ko-Fi. All these things are down below in the description box. All the links are there and in the description of my channel, okay? So without further ado, I like to get into TMZ first. This is what TMZ has been talking about. We're going to get into this real quick. TMZ, let's go here. Now, TMZ is no stranger to Corey Holcomb and vice versa. This is everything that TMZ has on Corey Holcomb going all the way back to 2014 when he was, they were asking him about certain things, certain topics, whatever, right? I remember the video he did in 2014 where he was talking about dating women in poverty. I remember he had that went viral because, of course, he was talking about dating women that are less fortunate than him because he can control them and things like that. That's nothing new. We already know about that, right? So then in December of 2024, it goes into the woman that accused him of the assault. We've seen this woman on TMZ. She's done she's done an interview as of late in 2016, a few weeks ago. We already know about the video that came out, and all the stuff came out after the debate with him and Anton Daniels, okay? Again, I don't know if there's some kind of smear campaign against Corey Holcomb or what, but they are not letting, the media in general is not letting up here. Now, some people have a bad opinion about Corey. Some people have a good opinion about Corey. O'Shea Jackson's done several videos on him. Let me go back. Who else? Who was that? O'Shea Jackson's done several videos on Anton. Corey Holcomb came out and said something about, who was it? Joe Budden, because Joe Budden did a reaction to the whole, debate. And so Corey got mad about that. He said something about Joe Budden. Joe Budden came back and he's like, hey, he said a whole bunch of slander stuff about him. So yeah, that went like super viral as well. With that being said, let's get into the first part I like to talk about with Corey Holcomb, because Corey Holcomb, well, let's get into the lead attorney first of all. Let me go here. Let me find the lead attorney. We got to talk about the lead attorney. Where is the
really do anything right about now?
That's not it. Lead attorney. Lead attorney. There we go. Lead attorney. Because he had a bunch of clips out. Let me find the channel. Hold on here a second. Where is it? Corey Holcomb and lead attorney. Where is the lead attorney's page? Because he has a clips page, which I didn't even know he had. Where is it? Gosh darn it. Clips. Lead attorney clips. There we go. Now, let's go back here. Now, lead attorney, he has his clips page right here, right? As y'all can see. The lead attorney has done several videos on Corey Holcomb, and he's actually spoke well of Corey. All right. He's actually in Corey's corner on this. All right. He's done live streaming about this as well. 3 of them to be exact, as you can see. He's actually talked very well about Corey. Now, he likes Anton too, but he stuck up for Corey in all of his commentary. All right. And so with that being said, it's kind of crazy that, of course, that Corey Holcomb would go in like this. But let's go here. So you've seen all this. Now, the lead attorney, where is it? The lead attorney came up and he said, you know what? I believe that, where was it? I think it was here. Now, the lead attorney said that he was, God, this ain't the right one either. Hold on a second. Let me go here. The lead attorney came out and he said, hey, look, I got your back. There it is. Now, this is an old video from the lead attorney. This was 8 days ago on the lead attorney clips page, one of the live streams. The lead attorney said that he was trying to get Corey Holcomb's lawyer on the line, but I guess he backed out the last minute, right? And this will come into play a little bit later, all right? Let's play this from the lead attorney, all right? Let me put my fair use banner up. Where is it? Fair use. All right, let's get it.
I do want to say this too. Our man Corey has lawyered up. All right, let me see if I can pull up our man here. We see Corey. Corey has lawyered up. Let me blow it up, and that's our man. Shout out to Derek. Not that Derek. If you're on the main channel, you know about another Derek. We ain't gonna do that. This is another Derek. But shout out to Derek here. So this is Corey's attorney, and we are gonna see. Corey has already retained this gentleman, and we are gonna see if any lawsuits are coming, and that's kind of what we're gonna cover. We're gonna break this stuff down. Now, I will say this again, being fair and calling balls and strikes. I invited Derek to this live because I'm impartial. You know, I ain't got a dog in the fight. I'm retired 25 years attorney. You know, I mean, Derek, I think Derek said he's been practicing 15 years. I've been practicing 25 years. I don't have a dog in the fight. I'm retired. All right, I'm done. Been an attorney for 25 years. Let me say that. But I'm retired now. So I invited Derek to this because people were like, oh, Lee, you know, Corey's got an attorney. Let's chop it up. And our man Derek said, yeah. He said, oh, well, first, I can't say yes. I got to see if Corey's down. You got to ask permission, which is absolutely correct. So Derek goes back and talks to Corey and says, hey, let me give a picture with our man eyes open. There you go. He says, you know, paraphrasing, can I talk to the lead? You remember Lead, you had him on the show. Corey was like, listen, I don't give a shit. Go on and talk to him. We're trying to get the word out because I'm looking at this whole thing in a certain way. Did he hit this lady? Yes. Did he hit this lady in the face? Yes. Was it a punch? In my opinion, absolutely not. Was it a mush? Yes, but it's still.
Now, I'm going to let it play a little bit more, but the lead attorney says that he talked to Corey, that he either talked to Corey or his lawyer and asked to get the lawyer on, but he said he had to talk to Corey first, and Corey was like, yeah, cool. Okay? Now, this will come, of course, the lead attorney is going to bring receipts later on to substantiate this because Corey's going to come back and call the attorney a liar. He's going to call him a liar.
Enemy spotted.
Let's continue.
Physical contact. So Corey was like, listen, go on and talk to the lead. So your boy Derek hit me up. And Derek was like, yes, Corey has cleared it. I am coming on your show. He said Friday, which is today. He said evenings work best for me. I said great. This was yesterday or the day before. I said great. So I started making the thumbnail, started getting everything in the works. All I said was, give me a time, we'll work around your schedule. I hit him up yesterday, or was it today? I don't remember. Time's going by real fast, but I hit him up. I guess it might have been today or yesterday. I should go back and check. I said, listen, time's getting short. What time are you coming on? When is good for you, brother? You know what he said? He was like, oh, I can't do it. There's a gag order.
All right. The attorney said, hey, man, I tried to get the guy on. We had it all planned out. I was getting the thumbnail. I was getting the show ready to go. And then the attorney, Corey Holcomb's attorney, came back and said, I can't do it because there's a gag order, so I cannot speak about the issue. All right, which I guess is fair. You know, legal stuff going on. I don't know nothing about that. But he said he can't talk about it.
Now, he went and cleared it with Corey. Corey said yes. But now all of a sudden there's a gag order. Well, did the gag order get put on yesterday? When did he find out about this gag order? Why would you say yes to talk to the lead? Everybody was like, oh, lead, he's got an attorney. I invited him on. And now there's a little bit of, going back, there's a little bit of reneging. Okay, big shout out to Derek. But, you say you're going to be somewhere. The gag order was it placed yesterday? But I get it. Listen, if you gagged up, all right, they don't put it in your mouth, I understand. What? No, the gag order. You can't talk. You gagged up. So for everybody, I just want you to know, I'm calling balls and strikes, but I invited this attorney here to come on the show as he went on Corey's show. Was there no gag order right here? Was the gag order not in place right here? Maybe not. Maybe it's a new gag order that came out yesterday. Corey said, go on with the lead. Corey told this man to go on with the lead. But Derek backslid, which is fine. But to everybody who was messaging me, all right, me and Corey here with it. Derek is the one that's kind of backing out, but that's okay. So,
all right, y'all see that now, right? They both talked. Corey said that it was cool for the man to come on. Allegedly, the attorney said he can't come on. He got a gag order. Don't know what that's about. But y'all see it, right? He had the gag order. He had the show ready to go. He didn't come on, right? So then after that, Corey goes on his show and said that the lead attorney was full of shit.
Enemy spotted.
Now, let's go to the lead. Let's go back to Corey. This was 7 days ago when Corey called out O'Shea Jackson. He called out Joe Budden. He called out the lead attorney. And he called out some other people. And toward the end of this show is when him and Darlene got into it, but we'll get into that in another production. Let's roll the footage of Corey Holcomb.
There are people that are on the internet who I believe get kickbacks for finding a way to make you mess up and say their name. I'm talking about, like, let me explain something to y'all. Rap music was destroyed by people they planted amongst us to let this version of the music hit and the revolutionary version of rap fade away. Because that's not on the BETs or nothing like that. Revolutionary rap is how we used to. So many men who look like me being locked up. This is the honest to God truth. I'm not making no excuse, man. And this is why from day one, the narrative has been he had a gun. At the courthouse, they tried to sneak a case behind me and say he had a gun. Nobody out there saw Corey Holcomb ump a gun. But this is how they get you locked up. They're pros at it. Did you hear what I said? I'm not talking to everybody. I'm telling the people who like, oh, that's what's happening. These people wanted to get me, a man with no history like that, locked up. So when they looked me up, they pushed gun. That's how you get black men grabbed off the street. Because let me tell you something, all the brothers and sisters, when I say brothers and sisters, I mean everybody. If you get into a physical altercation with somebody, they got assault.
I'm not sure. I don't know his history.
Because I think this goes federal once I get to showing the evidence I have. I think it goes federal. I don't know, but I have evidence that's going to prove how these people, we ain't worried about the dodo bird. The dodo bird, look, you saw the movie Trading Places?
I remember it, but you know, it's early 80s, so.
Man, this movie Trading Places, these rich people said, oh, look at that poor guy, he's on the street. And then they had one guy who was rich and doing well. That's what happened to me. Trading Places, they grabbed a meth head off the street and turned that person into a victim and good guy and made a man who has been in the community for all these years into a woman beater. So what I'm saying to you is this, man. It's way more going on than some man hit a girl type stuff. It's way more going on. My voice on this internet, they don't like that. The backdooria men, and this is all led by a black woman, Sean Holly. This is all being orchestrated by a black woman. I can prove it.
Now, I believe he's talking about the woman from TMZ that broke this whole story about the lady, the comedy lady that got no mushed in the face allegedly, okay? This is what he's talking about, I believe. But he's gonna get to the nickname calling of these people here in just a second.
Sean Holly. She's going to come out, she's being quiet as she can because she really don't want to be part of this like this. She want to be in the background pulling the strings, but stay tuned because it's coming. And on top of that, like on the meth head side of the game, who that person is coming out anyway. All of the evidence against that person is about to start piling up because that person is, like I said, somebody who was a heavy drug user who used to sell drugs in front of the NIV Prov. You didn't need, all that's finna come out. That's nothing. That person probably finna get arrested. But I'm just saying, yeah, I don't understand. This Corey Holcomb 5150 is bigger than anybody wants to give it credit. That's what we'll call them, Okie Dokie Jacksons. I don't know why I got to them like this, but it shows the power I have. I'm just running my mouth on YouTube. I don't run my mouth all the time. I don't stack videos and try to get you to keep clickbaiting videos because this helps me get some money. And
now the clickbait videos, he's about to go into what he just said. If y'all heard it, Okie Dokie Jackson. He is referencing O'Shea Duke Jackson, because O'Shea Duke Jackson, we know, and shout out to O'Shea Duke Jackson if he ever sees this. You know what? I admire his content strategy, okay? He's one of the few brothers out there that can take one topic and he can make 20 videos out of that shit, all right? I mean, I don't know how he does it, if he brainstorms this stuff himself or he has a team that, you know, a think tank or something, but he's taking this Corey Holcomb situation, Anton, and he's made like 50 videos out of this stuff, man. I mean, he's monetized this thing to the max. I wish I could be like that. I can take one topic and spread it around and make 20, 10-minute, 12-minute videos on it and have all the monetized and have all of it with tens of thousands of freaking views, because O'Shea is the best at it. But of course, because Corey Holcomb is the one in the situation, he's taking offense to the fact that this guy's monetizing off of his pain and the anguish of his situation, which is understandable. But I mean, we got to get our corner here, just like myself doing a freaking live stream about it too.
I'm not knocking nobody who do that to get money, but some of y'all ain't even respectful with it. And my name and likeness, I told people, you know, I get a 5150 show to the game. I get us to the game, but that's got to come to a halt because it's this one African scammer, Okie Dokie, that's what we'll call him, Okie Dokie Jackson. This man has made so many videos with my name and likeness on it and got the nerve to talk crazy about me. This man said, I need to tell my lawyer what. I was like, he telling law now? This is a motherfucker who couldn't hang with the streets out here in motherfucking California, so he moved back to a place where you only need 2 haircuts a year. This motherfucker wear my gear for street cred, but act like he doing me a favor. Talking super crazy.
Now, in some of O'Shea Duke Jackson's videos, he's wearing 5150 shirts or 5150 hoodies. So, you know, he's with Corey Holcomb and his message. But like I said, because Corey Holcomb's in the situation, he's taking offense to the fact that O'Shea has his opinions. Because, I mean, I get it. When they're saying something good about you, it's cool. But when they're saying something bad about you, now all of a sudden it's, you know, you're talking crazy about me and you got the nerve to do X, Y, Z. Yeah.
Like he is a lawyer. You all gonna see. You all gonna see. Lead in a nigga ass law. We had him up here and we all went to get.
You heard that? Lead. This man said lead in the nigga ass law.
Bitch, ain't no way. Ain't no fucking way.
I'm gonna rewind. I'm gonna run that back. Out
here in motherfucking California, so he moved back to a place where you only need 2 haircuts a year. This motherfucker wear my gear for street cred, but act like he doing me a favor. Talking super crazy like he is a lawyer. You all gonna see. You all gonna see. Leading a nigga ass law. We had him up here and we all went to get something to eat.
Yes, Lead Attorney was on 5150 show. I forgot how long ago, but Lead Attorney was on Corey Holcomb show. It was a good time. And yeah, like you said, they went out to eat. But again, when people have their opinions on stuff, no lines start getting crossed like it is now.
Leading a nigga ass law be talking mad shit and lying. Cause I don't normally watch, but I keep seeing stuff. So I'm like, let me see what this is. And when I saw it today, he didn't do it on his YouTube. This is bait. They think I'm smart enough to say their name. I mean, they think I'm dumb enough to say their name. Everybody know who we talking about. Leading a nigga ass law is part of the crew to come at a nigga. Yeah. Y'all was with me the whole time we saw him. Did we do anything to that man?
No.
I thought we showed him love.
Right.
Man, this motherfucker lying like a motherfucker on the internet. This motherfucker telling people, yeah, so I called Corey's lawyer and I told Corey's lawyer that Corey said I could talk to you. I'm like, man, what is wrong with this man? Why is this man lying? I tell you what, though. Leading a nigga ass law and what's the tampon, both of them told me they were very tight with Kevin Samuels. Now, I think Kevin Samuels was one of the great philosophizers when it comes to talking to women in the history of the game.
Hey, long live Kevin Samuels. All right. Let's say that before we finish. All right. Now, Kevin Samuels, you know, there are some things he said that he didn't originate, but he made a lot of things popular. All right, we can't deny that. And he was the 304 whisperer, okay? We got to give him credit for that. You know what I'm saying? R.I.P. to the Godfather KS.
But I also thought he was moist, and I'm known for saying that.
Oh, no.
Man,
Maybe.
These dudes in this moist army is after me. Leading a nigga ass law. Okie dokie Jackson. Tampon. They mad. When I saw leading a nigga ass law trying to act like we did something wrong by making the joke about the picture with Cool Mo D or whatever, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I was like, this motherfucker is really doing this shit? And I was like, okay. Let me tell you something. Tampon's offspring has won all kinds of medals according to what Tampon said. This is not a nobody. Them motherfuckers try to say if you fuck with motherfucking people who not known. What was the word? Man, get the fuck out of here.
Figures.
All right, now, I don't know who he's talking about, tampon, whatever, but y'all heard what he said about lead attorney. He called him lead in a you know what. So I ain't going to repeat that. But he goes on to talk about how he apparently lied about how he would talk to the attorney. Y'all heard lead attorney on the video I played before. Lead attorney said that he talked to Corey to get his attorney on the show, and of course he was cool with it, but the lawyer backed out, said he had a gag order, right? Okay. Now, what we're going to do now is we are going to get into what lead attorney had to say back. Well, no. Yeah, we're going to get into what Corey Holcomb had to say back because lead attorney dropped some receipts and man, oh man. It was some awful. Now, this is lead attorney. This was 4 hours ago. Corey Holcomb calls me out for lying. Okay, here is the receipts. Where is my sound effect?
Yeah, bitch.
He brings the receipts, and boy, does he bring receipts. Let's play it.
Said it's the truth. I got to make an example out of this.
All right, guys. So Corey Holcomb is about to make an example out of me.
I said something against this guy that came up to our show. His name, I'm going to take the chance and say his name. His name was the lead attorney. I said something about him because I saw him say, oh, Corey said it's okay for me to talk to his lawyer. Now, ever since I said what I said about the lead attorney, I haven't seen him say anything back. And it is my opinion, the reason he didn't say anything back because I didn't lie on him. I did not give him permission to talk to my attorney about nothing. And he said I did. And I believe he saw that and knows that to be true, which is why he isn't going all out his way to act like Corey Holcomb is not the man that he say he is.
All right, so Corey Holcomb.
By the way, I got 8,000 people here, right? If y'all are snitch, you're watching, hit the like button. Of course, hit the super chat and the cash app because you know I do this for fun, but I also do it for funds, all right? And also hit the join button down below, become a member. Y'all know what to do, all right? Let's get it.
Is saying that he didn't give me permission to talk to his attorney. I said, guys, on my last stream that I was supposed to have an interview with his attorney. His attorney cleared it, and then his attorney backed out. Now Corey is saying, no, that's all a lie. He's saying that he never gave me permission to talk to that man, and Corey has been extremely disrespectful towards me. And because I have not responded to the disrespect, Corey takes that as an admission that he's right and I'm wrong.
I did not give him permission to talk to my attorney about nothing. And he said I did. And I believe he saw that and knows that to be true, which is why he isn't going all out his way to act like Corey Holcomb is not the man that he say he is. That's what I believe. I believe he has some type of moral strand inside of him that knows I wasn't lying on him. I didn't give nobody permission to do nothing.
All right, Corey, there are two competing ways to look at this situation. The first way to look at it is that you are just a liar. You are lying. You lied about me in the past and you are continuing to lie about me. Now, this is apart from all the disrespect and all the jokes. I'm talking about straight lying. That's the first way to look at this. Now, the second way to look at it is that you are not lying and that you have chosen a bootleg attorney to represent you. Now, how do I know that these are the only two ways to look at this situation? Well, I'm about to explain it to you right now. But I do want to say one thing first. You were saying that you were so disrespectful to me and I didn't respond. And you're saying, well, since I didn't respond, that shows that I knew that you were the man that you claimed to be. Now, Corey, you are making a mistake on this. I didn't respond, but for a very different reason. I didn't respond to you, Corey. I didn't respond to your disrespect because I didn't want to embarrass you. On one of
He said he didn't respond because he didn't want to embarrass you. Man, now, if this is anybody else, I'd be like, you know what? This may be finna be some kind of like, little petty back and forth beef, but we're talking about the lead attorney here. He is a retired attorney, and the receipts he's going to bring, I think, proves him to be a truthful individual and Corey to be maybe misguided or misled or just a straight up liar, but we'll see.
your last shows, you brought up this attorney that you had retained, this gentleman named Derek. Now, this is an attorney that you chose, that you selected, that you put your trust in to represent you in whatever claims that you may have. The attorney on your show said that he's been practicing for 14 or 15 years, and that's good. I can tell you that I've been an attorney for close to 25 years, and I am intimately aware of the relationship and the responsibilities that we have as attorneys towards our clients. You keep disrespecting me and you keep saying that I'm lying about you giving me permission to talk to your attorney. So we're going to see who's lying right now. For background, Corey, if I represent you as an attorney, I have ethical obligations towards you. If someone wants to interview me about you or your case, I can't just say yes willy-nilly without letting you know. In fact, I have to do a lot more than letting you know. I have to ask for your permission. And not only do I have to ask for your permission, but I have to explain to you the pros and the cons, and I have to make sure that you understand them. And then you have to give me informed consent. You have to consent that I give the interview to whoever wants to interview me. That's what we good attorneys do and fulfill.
By the way, the poll is Corey winning against the internet. Nobody said yes. 75% said no, and 25% said, I don't know, but Anton is laughing. Maybe he is. If you're still in here, get your vote in, please.
Our obligations to our clients. You have to clear that interview, Corey. So you're upset with me because I said on a live stream that you had given me permission to talk to your attorney, that you had cleared that interview. So we're going to see right now whether you cleared it or not. And let me say, I have been on YouTube for about 5 years, and I don't think I have ever done this. I have never gone back and showed receipts. I have never showed DMs because I haven't needed to. I'm not like some of these other YouTubers out here who just talk to talk. I take this very seriously. I take my reputation very seriously. And if you're up on your show calling me a liar, well, we're going to get to the bottom of it. Let me show you something right quick, Corey. Do you know who this gentleman is right here, Corey? This is your attorney. After your live stream where you and him talked about the Christina Payne situation, I hit him up. I said, hey, can you come on my channel? Can I interview you? Because I'll be honest with you, Corey, between me and you, I think you're getting a raw deal out of this Christina Payne situation. Should you have mushed her? No. Should she have touched you or whatever she did to you, hit you? No. Everybody should keep their hands to themselves. But people trying to paint you out to be a woman beater for the Christina Payne situation alone, to me, is a stretch. So I hit up your attorney. Your attorney gets back to me. What does he say? Let's look down here. He says, good day, counselor, and great hearing from you. Let me check with Corey and I will follow up with you. See, this is exactly what I was talking about. Good attorneys have to check with the clients. Your attorney can't just agree to be on my show without talking to you to appear on my show. He has to clear it with you. Also, let me say that your attorney can't clear this interview with Craig. He can't clear it with Darlene. Both of them are integral parts to your show. They're very important people, but your attorney represents you and you alone. So the only person that can give him permission to talk to me is you. So he says right here, he says, let me check with Corey and I will follow up with you. But Corey, what do you think he responds? What do you think he says to me? Let's scroll down and take a look. He says he's going to check with you. And then a day later, he says, I am cleared to speak with you. That means.
Okay. So he's clear. So the assumption is that this man, Mr. Derek, the assumption is Mr. Derek said, okay, you know what? I talked to Corey and he said we good. Right? So far they've gone through the proper channels to make sure that this link up is on board, right?
He checked with you, checked with Corey, and now he's cleared to speak with me. So now, Corey, who is the liar? It's either you or it's either your attorney. This is why I didn't say anything, because I didn't want to embarrass you. I didn't want to have to go and show DMs. Your attorney right here in black and white is saying that you gave me permission to talk to him. He can be on my show. I can interview him, and you were the only person that can give him that permission. This is what it says in black and white, but what are you going on your show and saying?
I did not give him permission to talk to my attorney about nothing. And he said I did. And I believe he saw that and knows that to be true. Which
Enemy spotted. Now, what does this mean? Well, like the lead attorney said in the beginning, either Corey's a liar or you have a bad attorney, because your attorney told lead that he had permission from you to speak with him. So somebody's not telling the truth, or somebody's not getting the whole story back to somebody. Y'all see it, right? Let's continue.
Which is why he isn't going all out his way to act like Corey Holcomb is not the man that he say he is. That's what I believe. I believe he has some type of moral strand inside of him that knows I wasn't lying on him. I didn't give nobody permission to do nothing.
You didn't give nobody permission to do nothing? Is that what you just said? Here, the attorney that you chose, the attorney that you brought on your show, the attorney that you were praising, the attorney that you were glazing is saying something completely different. Your attorney is saying that he checked with you, Corey, and that he's clear to speak with me. And let me tell you, Corey, it doesn't stop there. Once he said that you had given him permission to speak with me, then we started organizing a date and time. If we scroll down here, here you can see that he says, your attorney, that the earliest time that we can record or prepare to record would be Friday. That Friday, anytime after 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, and anytime this weekend with evenings preferred. Oh yeah, we were getting a date and time, Corey, for an interview that supposedly you never gave permission for. An interview that you were saying that I was lying about, and an interview that caused you to be very disrespectful towards me. And guess what, Corey? It goes even further. Here, he gives me his law firm email address, and he gives me his cell phone number. Now,
Well. The plot thickens. He said that he gave a date and time, gave all his pertinent information, all his contact information. So, again, somebody's lying here. Either Corey is lying or this attorney's lying to Corey about Lead. Which one is it?
of course, have redacted it all out, but he gives me every way to communicate him to coordinate this interview. After he gives me his law firm address, Corey, I hit him up, I email him. What do I say? Let's check it out. This is the email that I sent to your attorney, Corey, and you will see that the heading for the email in the subject line is interview. I say, Derek, hope you're doing well. Just wanted to follow up. Thank you for being willing to being interviewed. As mentioned in my Instagram message, let me know what time on Friday, either the evening or the night, whatever works best for you. Also, if you can pass me along any publicly available filings, that will be great. For your convenience, I'm sending this from my email, so you'll have my contact information as well. Thanks again, Derek. I appreciate you taking the time, and I look forward to speaking with you tomorrow. See, Corey, you were taking my kindness for weakness. You were taking the fact that I was silent about this as an admission that I was wrong. The reality is you were wrong. I didn't want to have to expose that the attorney that you selected is going behind your back and making all of these interviews without your informed consent. You were very disrespectful towards me, but I brushed it off because I didn't want to take it there. But now you're mentioning it yet again. So I'm showing you the proof. I'm showing you the evidence to let you know that I was not lying. You can come out here and crack jokes and be disrespectful if you want to, but you need to be careful about people's reputations. Apparently, you're on your shows talking about that you're losing gigs, you're losing money because your reputation has been harmed. So it seems kind of ironic to me that you're going around trying to tarnish other people's reputations at the same time. But that's okay. Let's keep going. So in this email again, I thank him for agreeing to the interview that apparently you knew nothing about. And I say, send me some documents if you can, anything that's publicly available. I'm not asking for anything that's attorney-client privileged. And I'm telling him, just tell me the time that works best for him, late evening or night, whatever he wants to do. Corey, I was in your corner on this. That's the messed up thing about it. I wanted your attorney on because I feel like you're getting a raw deal out of this Christina Payne situation. I was on your side, and now you're on your show in front of 15,000 people saying that I'm lying. So we're getting to the bottom of it right now. So after I send him this email saying, hey, just tell me a date and time, he responds. What does he say? Here is his email in response to me. Now again, you see the same subject line, interview. We also see the same date. This is Thursday. The interview is supposed to be the next day. Your attorney said he could be interviewed about this on Friday. I blacked out his email address, but you see my email address, you see his name right here and his little logo. Again.
Oh boy. So he responded back. So it wasn't like the lead attorney just came out there and spoke about it or spoke to him and there was no response. So they're both right now at this point still in agreement that they're going to do an interview. They responded through, I guess, text or DMs. Now they have responded through official email channels with letterheads and everything, contact information, that they are still in agreement about this interview, at least at this point. And Mr. Derek says that he will get back in touch with Lead regarding the interview. Let's continue.
This is the attorney that you hired. Now, he sends me this and he says he's going to be in touch. But again, the interview is set for the very next day. Friday rolls around and I still don't hear from him. So I send him this. This is the email that I sent him. And again, you see his name right here, the same subject line, interview, and it's Friday. It's the day of the interview. I say, Derek, hope you're doing well. Just checking up on when would be a good time for the interview this evening. I need to announce it on my channel soon. Thank you so much. You have a YouTube channel. You know about this. We need to create the thumbnails. We need to schedule the interview. We need to put it on our community posts. The interview is supposed to be in the evening, and you can see right here that it's already 3:42. So I just want to check, hey, at what time is this interview going to occur? The same interview that he said you gave permission for, the same interview that he said you cleared, the same interview that he said he had permission from you to talk to me. I just want to know what time is that interview. Well, he sends me a follow-up message. What does he say? This is his response. And again, you see it's Friday. I sent my email to him around 3 something. He responds at 5 o'clock. Now you see, this is your boy. This is Derek. This is the attorney that you had on your show. You had him up there and you were praising him. What does he say? He says, counsel, we have to pass on the interview because there is a gag order on speaking on the matter with the court. So we have to.
There's a gag order. Enemy spotted. Now, let's go back. Because the lead attorney said this. He said that there was a gag order. Remember, this was 12 or 8 days ago. The lead attorney said that there was a gag order, that his attorney came out and said, well, I can't speak.
Oh, and now there's a little bit of, going back, there's a little bit of reneging. Okay, big shout out to Derek, but you say you go be somewhere, the gag order was it placed yesterday? But I get it. Listen, if you gagged up, all right, they don't put it in your mouth, I understand. What? No, the gag order.
The gag order, right? He said this on his show live. He said, I was going to have this man on the show, but at the last minute, he backed out because of some gag order. Now, lead attorney is gone up here, and he is saying, look, there was indeed a gag order. Where is it? There was indeed a gag order on the 30th at 5 p.m. We have to pass on the interview because there's a gag order on speaking on the matter with the courts. We have to be a little careful now. If anything changes, I will contact you. Many thanks.
Be a little bit careful. If anything changes, I will contact you. Many thanks. Now, I'll be honest, Corey, this is a pretty bootleg response. He says he has to pass on the interview. Does he say he has to pass because he's decided he doesn't want to do it? Did he say he has to pass because you've changed your mind about it? You have uncleared the interview? No. He doesn't say that you retracted your permission for the interview. He just says, well, there's a gag order on it, so I can't talk about it. Well, what's the problem with this reasoning, Corey? Do you see it? Corey, here is the problem with his excuse that he can't be on my show about the case. The problem is that he was on your show about the case. The gag.
This is correct. You know what? He said he can't talk about the case because there's a gag order. But he was right. The first person that he went public with was on Corey Holcomb's show to talk about the case. So now there's a gag order. Now you can't speak about it. Enemy spotted. I believe this is because he made a backdoor deal with the lead attorney, and then he tried to get permission from Corey at the last minute. Corey said no, or maybe he said, you know what, I better not ask. Let me just back out of it because before I ask Corey, and then he gets upset because there's some funny business going on my end, right? And so he backs out and said there's a gag order, even though he's already talked about it publicly on the 5150 show. See?
Order was in place then. He can't say that he didn't know about the gag order because, again, he's supposed to know about your case. But not only that, you mentioned the gag order while he was up there. He heard it straight from your mouth. So even though that gag order had been in place for over a year, he's on your show about it. But now he's saying he can't come on my show about it. And again, Corey, what I'm trying to tell you is that I'm on your side about this whole Christina Payne thing. I do think that this whole thing is being mischaracterized. I think you're getting a raw deal. I reviewed her request for a restraining order. I thought it was some BS. I reviewed yours too. I reviewed the court documents on my stream. I just wanted to have your attorney on, to have this brother on to talk about the case, really, from your.
Now, the lead attorney in the live stream that I just showed a few moments ago, he went on to post all the legal paperwork he got about the case. So he's on Corey's side, like he said. By the way, the poll, is Corey winning against the internet? 7% said yes, 71% said no, 21% said I don't know, but I think Anton's laughing. And, well, he might be. He might be.
Nick, you're stupid.
But in any case, back to this, lead attorney was on your team about this, Corey, and you called him some very harsh names and said he was a liar. I hope after you see this, which I'm sure you will, right? Because you've seen all the responses to your problems right now. So I'm sure you're gonna see this, and hopefully you'll respond to this with a more positive attitude.
Perspective. And again, he's saying apparently that there's a gag order in place and he can't talk about the case at all and he can't come on any shows, and look where he's at right now. So Corey, listen, pimp, let me just get something straight. I don't mind if the brother says, hey, I'm gonna come on your show and then cancels. That's fine. It's not like he took any money from me. It's not like he robbed me or anything. If he has a change of heart, that's cool. Now, the reason for the change of heart is a little bit sketchy, I'll be honest, because he's saying that number one, he cleared it with you, that he got informed consent from you to do the interview. And number two, since he's your attorney, he's supposed to know all about the case. Number three, he was on your show talking about the case, and then all of a sudden, oh my goodness, I forgot that there's a gag order. That seems sketchy to me, I'll be honest, but fine. He doesn't want to come on, that's fine. I did the stream myself. What bothers me though is that you'll get on your show and be very disrespectful towards me when it appears that the man that you selected to represent you has not informed you about what's going on. So me and all of the other people who supported you over this Christina Payne situation, we're gonna see what you say in response to this video. This is the reason that I've been quiet. I didn't want to put this on blast because I supported you about this topic. And anybody who has dealt with attorneys knows that attorneys don't throw other attorneys on the bus. But when you start besmirching my reputation, now I have to drop the receipts. Now, what did you say again? And who were you gonna make an example out of?
You know what I'm saying? If I said it, it's the truth. I got to make an example out of this. I said something against this guy that came up to our show. His name, I'm going to take the chance and say his name. His name was the lead attorney. I said something about him because I saw him say, oh, Corey said it's okay for me to talk to his lawyer. Now, ever since I said what I said about the lead attorney, I haven't seen him say anything back.
Correct.
And it is my opinion. The reason he didn't say anything back because I didn't lie on him. I did not give him permission to talk to my attorney about nothing. And he said I did.
I said you did because your attorney told me that he cleared the interview with you. So just like you were super disrespectful to me, now I want to see if you're super disrespectful to the lawyer that you selected, the lawyer that you hired, the lawyer that you retained. I was telling the truth the whole time. Your attorney said that you cleared the interview. So now, Corey, I hope you understand the full context of the situation, and I hope you understand why I was quiet about it. And I want to say this too. An extra reason that I was quiet about this is because I was on your show. You invited me up there. You took care of my transportation. You gave me excellent accommodations. You treated me amazingly. I had a great time up there with you and Craig and Darlene. And then after the show, you guys took me out to eat. I had the perfect time. I'm not out here trying to put you on blast. So when you say, oh, the lead attorney is quiet, yeah, I was quiet. I'm not trying to expose all of this. Now, I'll be honest, I'm a YouTuber and I call things fair. Do I think you should have put Anton's kid up there? No, I do not, Corey. And I'll be honest, Corey, I think the vast majority of the country would agree with me. But I'm a YouTuber and I know that everyone makes mistakes. I call things out in an unbiased way and I just talk about the law. You can disagree with me about the law if you want to, that's fine. But I don't ever call anybody out of their name. I never get crazy disrespectful with people. world, and I just call balls and strikes as I see it. I did a live stream about the whole Anton thing. I wasn't with you on that one. However, I did another live stream about the Christina thing, and I was on your side the whole way. This is exactly what you should want in people, Corey. You should want people around you who are going to support you, but also say, hey man, you're making a mistake over here. Having yes men around all the time isn't going to do anybody any good. So I hope you understand, Corey, number one, why I said you agreed to the interview, and I hope you understand, number two, why I was quiet about all of your disrespect. I'm still greatly appreciative of how you guys treated me up there on your show, and I'll always be appreciative of that. I know you got a lot of people out here attacking you, a lot of people who are trying to get you canceled, a lot of people out here are praying for your downfall.
This is true. Since this happened, again, Poetic Flacco came out and said that there's some pedo stuff going on, which we'll talk about in another production. Everybody's coming for Corey right now. TMZ, everybody. So yeah, it's not looking good for Corey, I guess, from the public opinion side. But I know Corey's gonna stand his ground because that's what he always does.
I am not one of those people, Corey. I just make these little YouTube videos to tell people how I see things, and that's it. So I hope I cleared up everything and that now you have a full understanding of the situation.
You don't have to answer that question.
Oh,
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Yep. So he called down a minute. Let's go back here. Let's go back so we can make sure the receipt's up there. Because lead attorney reached out to this individual and he responded back and said, yeah, let me check with Corey. And that started the process of getting permission to speak with him on live stream. Now, Corey, like he said, Corey said, I didn't give him permission, which, you know what? Corey's probably I'm sure Corey's telling the truth. He didn't give his attorney permission to speak with him. And in that case, who's lying? You understand what I'm saying? The attorney isn't lying because unless he doctored these receipts, this stuff's legit. Corey isn't lying because why would he go up on his own show and throw himself under the bus after all the other crap he's got going on in his life, right? So who's lying here? I think that Corey Holcomb needs to watch this video and go speak with his attorney about what he's got going on behind the scenes of this case. You know what I'm saying? So again, I think I'm going to do some more parts about this because I'll probably change the thumbnail after this is over. But the next video, I want to go into what he said, what Joe Budden said about him, and then we might get into O'Shea Duke Jackson and everybody else because there's no smoke to go around here, right? So if you've been here, I appreciate you. I appreciate you for being here again. Hope you all hit the like button. Hopefully everybody that was in here contribute to the poll. All right. Hopefully after this stream is over, y'all can still hit the Cashapp. Y'all can freaking hit the super thanks down below after this stream is over with. If you want to donate to the channel, maybe join the channel membership. That's great. Other than that, I think we're going to end it here and we'll come back maybe tomorrow and we'll see about all the other beef because there's plenty of beef against Corey Holcomb to go around. All right. So with all of that being said, thank you all very much for attending another live stream of the Working Man Podcast here where reality checks are free. And I am your most gracious host, Nicholas J. Fury. Okay. We'll see you on the next production. Thank you for being here and attending and participating. And as always, reality checks are free. And I'll see you next time.